25, no attempt at a return. Leaves it with the back. Got room in the 35. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet them down, run the football down the defense's throat.
Looking downfield, it's Everett. Grabbed over the middle. It's House. There he goes. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Give to the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Looking to fire. Got the quick pass. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers. That they're going to be disciplined, run to the right route, and they're throwing them down to the outside. Because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Hauls it in. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
I think as a play caller, you love to see your guys getting into a rhythm early in the game, right? 3rd down, you dial up the slant. It's a good route, a good throw. This offense is off to a nice start.
Steps away to find some room. Line gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked it down to the 17.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in 1st and goal. They are feeling.
They are ready this time. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage after that big run. The defense has it. To the air. It's Everett. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back in the 16.
I love the discipline of this defense. Not just playing run, right? They know that we are passing the situation, getting their ears back, getting to the quarterback, taking away all that small stuff, all the stuff that gives you access to the full pace. Nice job, nice discipline by this defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cougar.
BYU.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a team to start this game off.
7, Syracuse 0.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounces into the end zone.
Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Man, this home crowd was so jacked up, so excited to finally get the football after giving up points on the first drive and having to be quiet. Now they're quiet again. How about the defense coming in here, shutting this crowd up early and doing their job?
Quick step and go. They finally stopped him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys at the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
And the Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw. It's Hooks. Unloads to the wideout. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
On that last play, it's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball, man coverage, that guy was not open that time out of the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but having had incompletion written all over him the moment the ball left his hand.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Snag down in the air. And he strides his way over the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars.
BYU.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Powerful there with the run. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
You're going to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it up to 45. Syracuse right back at it.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Yeah, I just feel watching this offense, they need a big play. They need their confidence to get going, get the mojo going, considering they really struggled their last time out. They just don't seem to have figured it out quite yet here in the first quarter.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got the back over the middle. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
It's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Looking to throw on first down. Right down the middle. And the pass is incomplete, and that wraps up the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. This time he's got his man.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
He'll throw on third down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success because right now they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play coach.
We'll see if that brings a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. This was step one in getting them back in the ball.
Getting set for the point after. And after the extra point, they cut the lead at half, down 14-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UTSA has opened up a can, and the result is what's shaping up to be one of the more lopsided affairs of the entire day. They're up 14 over Virginia Tech. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Pressure coming. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field of play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Dropping back, it's Everett. That's caught, it's Russ. And then he'll make his way out of bounds after a solid pickup.
And I know you have those matchups where you get a running back matched up against somebody else. It's never going to be a quarterback. That's not going to happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated. Now I'm going to go attack and make some plays.
Got his man to the left. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback. Keep it.
Oh, he's got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, BYU. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders. I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle.
21,
Go get him.
Syracuse 7.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He uncorks a bullet to the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Syracuse right back at it.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're...
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll try to take it back. Inside the 30. 10. Touchdown, BYU. The defense does the work itself with a pick six. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Leaves it with the running back. Hard running there. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
And this running back right now is sending a very clear message. He doesn't want to just be known as a guy that can run around you or run away from you. He wants you to know he can lower the shoulder and get those tough yards if need be.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on second down. Red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to throw. It's Everett. Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off at the goal line. Picked up a huge extra yard and return. What a play by this defense to get the football. The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Makes the catch. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Great place to start for this offense. The give to the single back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Cougar! The offense did exactly exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Syracuse 7.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his back in the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. It's complete on the right side. He throws to him just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Direct snap. Got his man. They make the stop, but not before the change move, and the Wildcat formation pays off.
That might be the play that turns the momentum in this game, right? They're getting blown out right now on the scoreboard. It's late in the half. They've got to come away with a touchdown, but that might be the guy you need to keep going back to in the passing game to get yourself back in this game.
To the air on first down. Wide open downfield. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Looking to the big tight end. And here's the third interception of the night. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Man, this thing's starting to snowball now in a bad way for this offense. Second interception in as many drives. This quarterback has got to be able to turn the page and make better decisions.
It's a draw. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message he'll have to carry into halftime. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to pass. It's Everett. The throw to the outside is complete. And the defense settled in to stop that before a short gain. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, BYU 35, Syracuse 7.
The Cougars will kick it off to start the second half. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
And he dropped it, just didn't look clean all the way in.
Well, the tight end's a guy that's going to have to be able to make plays for this offense in the passing game. That time, QB looking for the big fella. He ran a good route, just couldn't reel it in.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. Fakes the grab. He was able to reach into his bag of tricks and use it to pick up a few extra yards.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Fires to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Syracuse right back at it.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though.
There he goes. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They run the sticks in the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Zings it complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And I tell you what, when you drop back and you know you got that slot, work in the middle of the field, and you know how fast he is, you just wait for him to come open, throw that strike, and you know he'll take care of the rest. Nice throw, nice catch.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Back to pass. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Now, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
This offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but 3rd down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggle to try to find a play to get someone open.
Quick release by the QB. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to...
Headed to the end zone. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Syracuse. Oh, the offense shows some life here. Cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down. This is a great start to get back in this ball.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Always expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Florida sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the 4th quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in the swamp. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. A collision, and he stopped it at 27 after picking up 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, Great coverage. Boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, scrambles, gets a first down.
Oh, a lot of space. The tag. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cougar.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march down the field to score. There's no end in sight for these guys.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
He's got the back in the middle. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defensive period than pressure the quarterback that gets hits on him that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their goal and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. They'll move the tight end. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Out of the backfield, he's open. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this middle huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
So now it's 2nd and long. Charcoal. Wants to keep it in the air. Makes the grab. Turning it on. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Syracuse right back at it. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Banner! Looking to fire. Finds his big tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. We've reached the break. BYU is on top. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Motion from the wide receiver. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. He's got it on the move. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. He's looking to throw. Working out on the side now. And 6 more for that trip to the house.
Nice pitch, nice catch, and listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to, and this offense is struggling. We're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to field.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Wide receiver going in motion. Out of the gun. The running back has it. Look out. He's got room. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
He's got inside the 30. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, BYU. Once he got some room, it was over. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
BYU 49, Syracuse 21.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Here we go. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Firing to the right, complete. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. No huddle offense to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Back over to the middle. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
It's complete to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up the field. Syracuse right back at it.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 2nd down coming up. Going to look downfield again. Right on the money. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Wants to go up top on first down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Well, this guy must feel like he's running into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Makes the grab and knocked down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
He'll pull it down. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. The Orange with a ton of options send the back in motion. Wants to fire on second down. He's got his man. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Syracuse looked to be in dire straits to start this drive, but now they've got some room to operate. Looking to throw on first down. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great...
Breaks into the open. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, BYU! That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. With that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
Find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Syracuse might take a shot here on second and short. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
And it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Syracuse mere inches away from a third down conversion. Off the RPO, complete. Oh, he's got some space. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They bring him down, but not only do they get the turnover, he picked up a chunk of yardage, too.
Well, it's a nice job by him making the catch, but guys, you got to secure the ball and put it away. The play's not over, and give the defender credit for knocking it loose, and the defense jumps on it.
The give to the back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, the defense finally gets a stop there, but the big reason why they've got the lead right now is because of this dude toting the rock. And, David, it just seems like he's been getting better as the game's gone on.
Yeah, and the defense all night, no answer. I mean, he's shown you a little bit of everything, whether it's inside, whether it's outside, whether it's out running people, breaking tackles. This guy's been a game right now. Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on third down.
Yeah, and really good third down situation defense. You know it's third and long. You know the pass play's coming. Defense was ready. Nice job forcing the fourth down.
How good you feeling right now if you're on offense in this situation? Want to play conservative? You want to punt it over and let your defense finish out the game? Or do you trust your quarterback to go make a play and win the game right now?
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with it. Go out Play
Syracuse,
to a standard of
21.
excellence.
Just dominant. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it shows.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.